Welcome back to BRMC's Healthy Connections. Special guest today, Nancy Scehla, and she is the advanced nurse practitioner at the Fairlamb Clinic. Welcome, Nancy.
Well, thank you, Donna.
We're having so much fun talking in between the breaks. Well, what's going on? Now, the Fairlamb Clinic, we were talking earlier, opened around middle of May or June.
Right,
and
of last year.
Of last year, and so you're going strong. And
we are. Things have really come together there. We finally have gotten set up with our neuropsychologist, and they're seeing several patients a week for us now, and we use telehealth, so that's kind of a new thing, but it's just advances today, and it makes access to the neuropsychologist. And then we have Dr. David Lipschitz that comes in now once a month. He's a geriatrician.
And if you've not had a chance to see Dr. Lipschitz,
yes.
and he's doing, he always does a presentation in the Lagerborg dining room, doesn't he?
He does each time, usually every other month.
Every other month.
He should be doing one again in April.
Okay.
And they can contact the Murak Center on Aging to schedule to come to that. He has a very good turnout, does a great program, and usually they provide a free lunch. So you can call
Doesn't
Debbie.
get any better than that.
No, great information, lunch, a little socialization, and you can call Debbie Love at the Murak Center and schedule to see that.
That would be, don't miss that. He is a wonderful, he's so knowledgeable, but he presents it in such a funny manner that
he does a great job.
That you retain more.
right. And we just enjoy him so much, and we're glad that he's there with us. And so things are just going good there.
Yeah, he's world renowned.
He is.
He's I know he's written books. He's been on TV and done all sorts of things. So.
Yes, and the patients just love him.
Now, and I think we really need to make sure everyone understands first and foremost who are the clients or the patients that are coming to the Fairlamb Clinic.
Okay. We only see patients 65 and older. So most of ours are on Medicare Advantage type program. We do a lot. We do like a comprehensive geriatric assessment when patients come in, and when we do that, we do some memory testing. We also do balance assessment. We assess their activities of daily living and what they're able to do, and maybe things that they're not able to do now. We have a social worker and a psychometrist who does testing. And then we look at the whole picture when we look at the patient.
Because the aging body is a different body.
Oh, it definitely is. And so then once we assess all that, we ask them about their home, what kind of things they have or things they may need. And then we try to connect them with services they need. And one of our specialties there is that we work a lot with the dementias and the memory loss. And so we're able to, once we do the screening, if we see that they have problems, then we can make sure that they get the workup that they should have for their memory loss and set them up with the neuropsychologist. And they usually interview them for an hour or so, and then they pick out a battery of tests. They have many tests. There's probably 75 to 100, and they usually pick out between 8 to 15 tests to really check what areas of the brains are being affected. So it's a little bit of a process if you have memory loss, because you have to come in, do the interview, and then they will tell our psychometrist, Valerie, what tests they want done. And then we have you come back another day when you're fresh, and it takes about 3 to 4 hours to do the testing, and then they have to be graded, and they look at all the information. I mean, they look at your health history, they'll look at the CT scan, your labs, and they'll compile all this information, and then they send us a report as to what kind of memory loss that it is, and suggestions of what to do, what the doctors can do.
And it's wonderful that it's all done in conjunction with a good physical checkup as well.
Oh, yeah, they get a good physical exam while they're there, a head-to-toe exam. And so I'm just part of it, because I know we've talked before, but memory loss can be caused by many things.
Sure.
And so, we want to make sure they're not anemic or have other
Dehydrated.
issues. Oh, definitely.
I mean, those I know give this very similar.
Dehydration is a big issue in older adults. We just kind of lose our thirst sensation as we get older, and so if you can get an older adult drinking 5 to 6 glasses a day, you're doing pretty good. But that is so important. If that's one thing I can leave with your audience is push those fluids. Make sure you're getting about 6 to 8 glasses a day.
Does it have to be water?
No. I always tell patients, it can be milk, juice, lemonade. try and stay away from caffeine. Now, I don't begrudge them their cup of coffee in the morning.
I was going to say, we might have some fighting words here, Nancy.
Exactly. But if you have that cup of coffee, you need to come back with some orange juice or a little water. But it can be a variety of things. Popsicles, Jello, those are all count as liquids. Anything that melts at room temperature.
Anything that
soup broth, you know.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But the caffeine doesn't. Caffeine sometimes kind of works as a diuretic.
Yeah.
So we don't count caffeinated products.
Yeah, it's just coming and going. So
that's right.
You're just
so you need some
folks.
fluids in between there.
Okay. I didn't know that about anything that melts at room temperature, though, like the Jellos or the
ice cream. They consider
ice cream.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So there's lots of ways to help increase your. I don't want you eating ice cream all day.
I was getting real excited here, going, wonderful. Okay, Nancy said I could have the ice
all
cream
day long. No, then we really have an obesity problem, so we don't need to add to that.
Yeah.
But another thing we do is we do a pretty good balance assessment with our patients, and it's called the Performance-Oriented Assessment of Balance. It takes a few minutes, but we find it's a big issue with older adults. As many get older, they get kind of sedentary, and they're less active. They sit more and watch TV. The computer's a big thing now. We see a lot of people sitting on the, playing on the computer. But then they lose muscle mass in their legs, and they start to lose muscle mass in their arms. And so usually when we're there, we try to go over exercises with them. We have lots of great programs in our community that are geared towards the older adult to help maintain, build up that muscle mass and maintain strength and improve balance.
Can you share some of those with us
I
today?
would love to.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'd be glad to. So that's something I really kind of want to talk about today is falls in the older adult. And we know that 30% of older adults 65 and older fall each year.
Really?
Yeah, and there's
it's probably preventable.
A lot of it is. A lot of it you can look in your home environment, things we can do in the home to help prevent falls. Keeping your body strong is a big thing. I mean, just keeping your strength up. You're going to walk better, and if you can walk better, I mean, it's good for your colon. I mean, it's just good for your circulation. So it just all interacts together.
How does it? I've got a question because we're doing this at home. We think this is probably a good idea, but we brought the treadmill up in front of the TV. So it's like, doggone it, if we're going to watch the TV, we're going to do the treadmill a little bit.
Well, that's my favorite place to do it, too.
Okay, all right.
I'm not going to begrudge anyone that if they're on that treadmill exercising. When I've gotten a little slack, but my favorite time to do the treadmill was like from 6 to 6:30 at night while I watch the news, and you get going. Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as you got a good treadmill, especially with an older adult, maybe where they can hold on to. You don't want to get too focused on the TV because you don't want to do anything to distract you where you might fall. But if you can start, you need to start out slow. You may only be able to do 5 minutes, the first week or so, and that's okay as long as you're trying and you gradually increase. So, but no, I don't have a problem with that. Oh,
good. Yeah, we've been trying to do that with, and as you say,
Has it helped?
Yes, yes, yeah, get stronger and stronger.
Yeah, it does. I have several patients, and I actually have a little lady. They went and bought a treadmill. And she was surprised at how much their energy level has increased in just 2 months. I mean,
yeah, that's where you notice it first. It's like, I'm not real tired right now. Usually, I'd be kind of not doing much at this time of the day, but I got some more energy.
And it actually extends your day out because you have more energy, so you're more productive. So, and I know Dr. David always recommends to all our patients that they walk for 30 minutes at least 5 to 6 times a week. So
Great
whether
advice.
It's, in the home, I know a lot of people will say, oh, it's too cold outside. And I'll say, well, if you will walk 4 times a day in your home, make a lap the length of the house. And if you can, make 2 laps. And that has to be in between your normal walking. That's in between going to the kitchen to eat and going to the bathroom. But you can get your exercise in the home. Yeah. During the cold
get
months.
Up off those chairs or couches and get moving.
Definitely.
It's kind of what I'm hearing you say.
Right. And then we're going to talk about some exercise you can do while you're sitting.
Oh, good. Well, we need to take a short break. So as soon as we come back from the break, will you show us some of those exercises?
I would be glad to.
All right. Don't go away. We'll be back. Nancy's got some exercises y'all need to see.